Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to be discussed about method overriding in Java. If subclass like child class has the same method as declared in the parent class, it is known as a method overloading in Java. In other words, if subclass provide the specific implementation of the method that has been provided by one of its parent class, it's known as method overriding. So what is meant by method overloading in Java? The benefit of overloading is ability to define a behaviors that is specific to the subclass type, which mean a subclass can implement a parent class method based on its requirement. In object-oriented terms, overriding means to override the functionality of an existing method. Why we use overriding in Java? The ability of a subclass to override a methods allow a class to inherit from a superclass. Those behavior is close enough, and then to modify behavior as needed. Overriding is a feature that is available when using the inheritance. Here, one another definitions of overriding in Java. So, declaring method in a subclass which is already present in the parent class. It's known as method overriding. I just told you overriding is done so that is a child class can give its own implementation to the method, which is already provided by the parent class. In this case, the method in the parent class is called overridden method, and the method in a child class is called overriding method. In this lecture, we will see what is the method overriding in Java and why we use it. So here, let's take a simple example to understand this. So here I just create a class which is human dot java. Okay, we have the methods to the human which are eat. So here we will take two classes. In this method overriding, we are taking two classes. First one is a human, and then I just take one another class which is boy, and it's boy.java. Okay, so a child class boy and a parent class human. The boy class extend the human class. Both classes have the common method which are eat. The boy class is giving its own implementation to the eat class, eat method, or it's or in other words, it is overriding the eat method. The purpose of method overriding is clear here. The child class want to give its own implementation to that's when it calls the method. It's print the boy is eating instead of human is eating. Here we just go to the example and see the method overriding. So here it's a public void and eat. So the human is eating. So this is the overridden method. And then you can see, and I just remove this and see system.out.println here. And the print line here, which is the name of human, and human is eating here. Now we just go to the boy class. So class boy extends human. Okay, remember that. And it's human. Okay, and it's a capital human. So yes. So here I just write public void and eat method. So now here, which is the eat method, which is overriding method here. So I am just using the overriding method here. But here I just use the overridden method. Okay. So I just go to the boy class and here I just write system.out.println, and the print line here is boy is eating. Okay, and then the main method, which is public static void main, and then string arguments. Okay, here, and then I just create the object to the boy class and boy object, which is equal to new boy. Okay, and now here I will call the child class version of eat. So here I just write object and eat. So I just call the eat. So you can see here boy is eating. So you can see here the boy extend the human class, which have the same method, which are the void eat. You can see the boy have the same method of eat and the human have the same method of eat. The boy class giving its own implementation to the eat class, sorry, the eat method, or in other words we can say it overriding the eaten method here. Now we see what are the advantages of the method overriding. The main advantages of the method overriding is that the class can give its own specific implementation to the inherited method without even modify the parent code's class code. This will helpful when a class has several child classes. So if a child classes need to use the parent class method, it can use it, and the other classes that want to give the different implementation can use overriding features to make changes without touching the parent class code. Here we have one another example of this overriding, and now I just see just make uh, another example. So here I said method overriding one, and now here I just create a class which is method.java, and here first of all I just create a method which is the name of display, and then here I just write system.out.println, and the print line here is class method. Okay, now I just go to the another class and the quotation here, and I just go to the another class which is a subclass of the method class. Now here I just extend method. Okay, and then here I just write the same method name which is display and then here I just use the super keyword. So I just tell you about the super keyword in my upcoming lectures. So just make a concept here. So the super and then display, and then I just write system dot out dot println, and the println here is class and the sub class. Okay, now I just go to the main class where I just create the object to these classes. So here I just declare the main method, which is public static void main, and then string and the arguments, and here sub class object which is equal to new sub class, then object dot, and then object dot display. Okay, now we just check the output. So here we have the two methods are calling which have the same method as display. So first one is a class method. We have the same method for this class, which is the method, and then the subclass. You can see I just call the super method here. Let's use the super keyword and then call the display method and get the value from this method, which is a class and the subclass. So these are the concept of method overriding in Java. Thanks for watching this lecture. See you in